Hey Nick,
have better
how long
posture.
how long you been with us for? Do you remember?
Um, well, so it's 2023.
Hmm.
So I feel like pre-pandemic. So over 3 years, right?
It was 2019.
2019. Whew,
Yeah. We had a
man, time
solid
is
year
this.
before the pandemic came in hot.
Yeah, sheesh. I remember those initial conversations too. Like that was great.
Which part? The pandemic part or just when we first started working together?
Well, the pandemic was not great, but we took advantage of all things pandemic with your help. The partnership that I was in, that was not how I found you guys, but that was kind of a big area where I was unsure if you could help me, and I would not have been able to do that without you guys. There was no way.
And what was that you did?
Um, my I was a minority partner in my business, and I was able to buy the gym back at a fair price that was not going to put me into dire straits. And I would have put myself into dire straits. So I would have gotten the gym back. I would just be under a financial burden that I would not been able to get out of.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Um, what would you say is well, having been and working with me for so long, what would you say is like the benefit? Like why? Why are you still talking to me?
Yeah. It's you're very honest, which I always appreciate. I feel like it's a breath of fresh air in this industry because there's just a lot of do this and make $1 million, and you guys are not that, which I appreciate. It's do these things and you'll have a successful business, and this is how to get there. So it's uh, come from a very informed place. So from like a systems and business model, that was where I was weak. So that's always been a huge help. And as I've evolved, I hope you feel like I've evolved as a business person. And as my business evolves and I'm looking to do more things, I'm always able to kind of throw stuff back and forth and get honest feedback and suggestions. And that's really it. I feel like I'm getting challenged on a regular basis instead of like attaboys, which are useless.
No attaboys ever. It's actually in your
Yeah.
file.
I do get attaboys as a disclaimer because I know this is recorded. I do get some attaboys, which are nice, but they don't move the needle. Hopefully business owners that are watching this understand. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, you should probably consider hiring MadLab immediately because you got some big problems.
There are bigger things.
There's big
Um,
problems.
what would you say is or has been the biggest challenge of implementing this model?
So the biggest challenge was actually pre-COVID. We were like ingrained CrossFit classes, a million classes a day. A lot of people still coming in as a referral basis. Uh, it was hard to flip people to the PT first model and get buy-in, and not just from me, but from the coaches. Like very apprehensive. There was a lot of like resistance about price because it was big and scary, and like, can we do it? And you guys held my hand through that whole process, and uh, I don't even understand how we did it before. Honestly, it doesn't even make sense. So that was I feel like I lost the question there, but the biggest challenge, yeah, the implementation, and then um, that was honestly it. After that, I got trust from myself first, and then my coaches, and then the clients and new clients started coming in to trust that process. Like it's a well-oiled machine, and now it just become there aren't really sticky parts. It's just refining the machine and making it run smoother and better.
Awesome. People like numbers. Do you remember kind of what revenue level you were at monthly back in 2019? Or where you
I
got to
just
right before you bought this thing?
Yeah, I looked the other day. It was low. Well, the revenue was actually not terrible back then. So in 2019, our best month was like 32K, and then we dipped. That was COVID, so 2020. But the numbers that we looked at was the average client value. So what we were doing for 32K was we had like 280 members for that, um, for 32K a month. So we're not doing that. We're not doing that now. Our average client value is like $97. something to that effect, or like 105, somewhere low. And then just we hit 56K last month, but our average client value was like 278.
Awesome.
Yeah, agreed.
Just a bit better. Okay.
Yeah, way better. Better quality of life for me and coaches. It's not even close. And it's actually a point of, I mean, we can go down that rabbit hole, but the coaching 12 classes a day does get brought up kind of as the old man when the coaches act like they had a busy day because they had 3 clients in a row or something. Like, child, we used to coach 12 classes every single day, 6 before 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Crazy.
What else was I going to ask you? I was going to say, do you like kind of the old school fears, CrossFit gyms, bringing up your coaches, teaching them how to sell, teaching them how to, like actually have clients in their book to like be entrepreneurs. There's all kinds of fears around that. What's the actual case?
So this is not judgment, this is experience. I think the fear, like looking back, because I had some of that, is not knowing yourself. Like, gym owners tend to be more outgoing and social, so we take some of those skills for granted. So when your coach doesn't know how to do those things, it's not like you're not afraid of implementing that sales, you just don't know how. That was the big one. Another big thing that I was able to get from MadLab was, it's not, I wasn't afraid. It's like it feels like fear. It's just because you don't have no freaking idea. Like, how can I get this? I've always just done this thing. No one really taught me. I just did it myself. So how can I possibly teach someone? It's like having a fit person walk into a gym that never really had to train hard. They were just good at stuff. It's like, that doesn't make a good coach because they don't even know how to do it. They just were able to do it. So how do you teach that? So I guess that was the fear. Wasn't really fear. It was just ignorance of not knowing how. And that process that you guys helped me with was huge, because now it's an actual business versus just a exercise club.
Awesome. Do you have any worries that your coaches will ever leave you?
I mean, for a completely different career, it's always a concern, but if they were going to go do another gym, they'd be dumb. Like, then if you're 40% margin as a gym owner would be pretty freaking dope, and that's what they're getting. So good luck. But no, I'm not. I have no fear of that.
I love it. I'm just trying to touch on all the things that people are always worried about when they're like, well,
Yeah.
what happens? What
Yeah. What
happens when I
happens
have
if
to
your
do
coach
this?
leaves? If you do a good job of explaining the numbers to your coaches and they really understand it, we're like a full transparency. So they can see all revenue numbers. They know what my book looks like. They know what all of their coworkers' books look like, because we all use the same CRM. They all have access to all the leads coming in. So there's nothing secret. They know what I pay for rent. They know what utilities cost. Like, they know what it takes to run this. And then they see that they get a 40% vig of all of their revenue plus bonus options. So 10% sales bonus and off hour personal training bonuses. So when they look at that and then look at what I take home on a percentage basis from owning the gym, it's like, nah, I'm good, man. We're gonna stay here. That'd be stupid to go take on all that risk.
I love it.
And just to finish that, actually, a quote that I've said with you a bunch of times, not to cut you off, but if the last gym I was at, where I was very happy and I was doing very well, but if they had this system, I would still be here. This gym wouldn't exist.
You would still be there coaching?
Yeah, I'd be so rich. I'd be crushing it. I would be the wealthiest CrossFit coach that didn't own a gym there would be.
I love it. Thank you.